It is exactly 9 p.m. top of the hour, and you're just right on time for KUTV Primetime News. Time for the latest up-to-date.
Tonight, a true Pan-Africanist, Mudavadi hails Kofi Annan for his contribution in restoring peace in Kenya after 2007-2008 election violence. Release the funds. Education Committee wants the government to fast-track school capitation. Also tonight, we want our court. A section of judicial officers and the public have called for establishment of a new law court in Githurai. Plus, no retreat, no surrender. Kindiki says war against illicit brew must be won by all means necessary.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
That's right. Remember, you can follow this broadcast on all of our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Live. You can tweet me on my X handle, that is at Auma Evans. Remember to use the hashtag Primetime News. So tonight we begin our bulletin in Ghana, where Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has hailed the late Kofi Annan, terming him as a true Pan-Africanist for midwifing the 2007-2008 mediation process, which led to key reforms in political spheres and birthing of the 2010 Constitution. Mudavadi was speaking when he paid respect to Kofi Annan's resting place in Burma military camp in Ghana. Theo Masharia opens our bulletin tonight with a report.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has said Kenyans owe the late Kofi Annan a debt of gratitude for leading the panel of eminent African personalities that ended the 2007-2008 post-election violence following the disputed general elections held on December 27, 2007 that saw about 1,400 people lose their lives, property destroyed, and thousands displaced. The Prime CS noted that efforts to resolve the election impasse and the conflicts at that time have had a wider and longer range of lessons, not only for Kenya, but also for Africa and the globe, on the importance of peace and national cohesion. Mudavadi said Annan's steadfast quest to help Kenya from the brink of collapse also helped in birthing the 2010 Constitution and a series of reforms that have helped Kenya since then bounce back on a progressive trajectory as a democracy.
Kofi Annan steered a team involving the late Benjamin Mkapa, president of Tanzania, and Madam Gracia Machel from Southern Africa, and they helped Kenya through a mediation process that lasted principally 42 days at the Serena Hotel. And in the process, we were able then to midwife, after that, the Grand Coalition government. Subsequently, we were able to put together the 2010 Constitution and a referendum.
Mudavadi added that President Ruto's visit to Ghana was a sign of good and enhanced partnership between the two countries.
And the visit of the president in Ghana has accelerated that relationship. President Ruto's visit, state visit to Ghana, and his partnership with the President Nana Addo have just cemented that partnership between Kenya and Ghana.
Mudavadi commended Kofi Annan, who was among the 8 members of the negotiating team, stated that Annan's role in mediating together with the eminent African personalities was among the most intensive and enduring tasks, since either sides maintained a hardline stance at the negotiating table.
We've only had Boutros Ghali, and then we've had Kofi Annan as Africans who have risen to the position of Secretary General of the United Nations. So in a way they have opened the door for future Africans to also be able to achieve that opportunity.
Annan served as UN Secretary General from 1997 to 2006 and shared the Nobel Prize of 2001 for Peace with the United Nations before passing on in August 2018. Theo Masharia for KUTV News.
Now matters security. Kenya Nut Company Limited and UDV are the only manufacturers and distillers who have so far met the compliance standards in the new measures issued by the government to curb illicit brew in the country. While releasing the results of the vetting of the manufacturers and distillers of second-generation alcohol, Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki maintains that the war against illicit brew must be won by all means.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki maintains that no stone will be left unturned in his quest to end drug menace in the country. The tough-speaking CS noted that out of 29 active manufacturers and distillers of second-generation alcohol who are vetted, only 2 were found to be fully compliant.
Unlike previous measures which have been taken in this area, this matter is devoid of any other consideration except national security and public safety. Therefore, we are very aware that these decisions and these measures must be implemented and enforced. All the relevant agencies have been directed to make sure that this operation and the measures are in place.
Kenya Nut Company Limited and UDV are the only manufacturers and distillers who have met the compliance standard. The 2 Cousins Distillers Limited, Eli Kenya Limited and Manchester Distillers Limited are among the 24 entities that remain suspended until compliance standards are met.
I've determined that the manufacture, sale, distribution and consumption of drugs and killer alcoholic drinks is a matter of national security. It is an existential threat to the future sustainability of Kenya. And the harm that it is causing us is harm which is equivalent to what terrorists and other organized criminals are causing us.
Kindiki has issued a stern warning putting offenders on notice, insisting that the war against illicit brew is inevitable and must be won by all means necessary.
That's how serious we are, and this is an operation like no other. We are doing this for the country and for posterity, and we are not harming business people. We are just looking for criminals, disabling them before they disable the country.
Such sentiments was echoed by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in Nyeri, calling upon the community to aid the government's effort to eradicate illicit brew and drugs in the country.
Wale wanauza sumu haiwezekani. And I'm sorry, I want to say nikiwa hapa nyumbani, I've seen a few of my friends from this county wakinitumia message ati tuwafungulie wauze hiyo kitu mbaya. I'm sorry, I'm unable to honor that friendship. Please allow me for once not to honor that friendship. You cannot sell poison to our children and claim to be my friend. No, hapana.
The government has been on the forefront in the fight against illicit brew in the country and maintained that the war against the vice is inevitable. Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, from security to education, The National Assembly Departmental Committee on Education wants the government to fast-track releasing of funds meant for the ongoing project in public universities. Members of Parliament led by Tinderet Member of Parliament Julius Meli toured Moranga University of Technology in the ongoing inspection in public universities on the implementation of projects under the 2023-2024 financial year budget. The committee in its findings say that there is a number of stalled projects in public universities due to lack of funds.
As a Committee of Education, we want to ask the government. This university has a number of pending bills that we want actually to fast track so that they finish their projects. We also look at the university programs that are ongoing, if they are accredited, and if they are actually, they follow as per the Commission of University Education Act.
Other universities, there are other universities that have more pending bills than us. We are not saying that we are much better than them, but we've tried to find a way to reduce these pending bills, and we hope that with a little support from government, we'll be able to clear the pending bills that we have.
And our section of judicial officers and public have called for establishment of a new law court in Githurai in Kiambu County in order to facilitate better litigation services to the larger Githurai residents. And as Dorothy Musyoka reports, explains in the following report that the area, which falls under Ruiru constituency, is currently served by the Ruiru Law Court.
Following the congestion of cases in the Ruiru Law Court, judicial officers and members of the public are now calling for an establishment of a small court in Githurai. Led by Area Member of Parliament Simon Kingara, a section of residents and members of the Law Society of Kenya LSK expressed the need to open a new court to handle small claims cases.
In fact, if it worked well, the small claim, because of that roundabout, needs to go there.
And with the growth that we have seen, the emergence of the small claims court has actually taught us that this court is actually for the benefit of the society.
Tungeomba vile mheshimiwa amerequest tuwe na small claim courts pale Githurai, hiyo iweze kuanzishwa haraka sana kwa sababu ya ile umati mkubwa wa watu ambao wako Githurai.
Similar sentiments were expressed by the Ruiru Chief Magistrate Joseph Were, who said the establishment of a new law court in Githurai would be a huge relief considering Ruiru has a huge population.
And therefore the efficiency in terms of turnaround for the litigants and the clients who use this court has what I would call top notch.
Na sababu ya msongamano wa makesi huko, kesi zilikuwa zinakaa sana, lakini kwa sasa sababu huduma imekuja karibu, cases mingi na sababu ya effectiveness ya koti ya Ruiru, cases mingi zimeweza kusikika na zimeweza kusikika kwa haraka.
In her address, Justice Mushemi emphasized the importance of the use of alternative justice system or alternative dispute resolution, which she said will go a long way to save time and expenses incurred through ordinary litigation.
So I would emphasize the importance of alternative justice system, ADR, mediation, so that you can embrace.
The call came during an open day organized by Court Users Committee for members of the general public, which was graced by Thika presiding judge Florence Mushemi. The occasion also marked the court's 5th anniversary. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Now, lack of commitment by SACCO members in Kisii County has been blamed as a contributing factor for poor performance in business among the SACCOs. While speaking during an annual general meeting organized by Wakenya Pamoja SACCO, David Obonyo, a commissioner from State Department of Cooperatives, noted that the national average performance by SACCOs was at 10%, but some SACCOs rather perform at 4%. Yvonne Kemuma with the details.
Some SACCOs in Kisii County have been criticized for their poor performance in business, which has been attributed to a lack of commitment from their members. David Obonyo, a commissioner from the State Department of Cooperatives, singled out Wakenya Pamoja Sacco as one of the societies suffering from low member patronage of its products. Speaking at the Sacco's annual general meeting held at the Agricultural Training Center, Obonyo rated the Sacco's current performance at only 4% compared to the national average of 10%.
As long as the members are poor, the Sacco will remain also being poor. And that's why your Sacco is not growing at the rate at which other Saccos are growing.
Obonyo noted that the reluctance of members to engage with the Sacco has led to difficulties in loan repayment due to financial constraints. Additionally, he dismissed claims that the business environment in the county was unfavorable, citing the establishment of several Sacco branches as evidence of a thriving economy.
Na shida sio kwa board and management na kwa sisi wale ambao ni members wa Wakenya pamoja. Because it means we are not doing enough business with our Sacco. And it is not that there is no money, there is no business in Kutv. Right now, we have so many Saccos that have opened branches in Kutv, and that is very good.
Regarding the cherry fund, Obonyo noted that the coffee farmers in the county received at least 36.6 million, while their counterparts in Nyeri, Kirinyaga and other counties received significantly larger amounts.
Kuna pesa ya kudeliver kahawa, chairman wa pesa wanatengeneza keshu, wanasema ni kilo ngapi, unapewa 40 shillings on delivery.
Members were encouraged to increase avocado production, with Kenya currently ranking as the third largest producer globally. Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
That story by Yvonne Kimuma takes us to our first break here on KUTV Primetime News. Remember, plenty more to follow after the break.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu. Pepo pa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili. Hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Ni kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Technovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back, and we're glad you're still with us. Now let's move on. Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua has announced that his ministry has set aside 20 million shillings to construct a cultural and heritage site in Narok in order to expand the tourism industry. Narok County is also among the 6 pilot counties that will receive funding to facilitate for the compensation to those affected by human-wildlife conflict. Mutua, who spoke in Narok Hotel, said that the initiative is aimed at increasing the number of foreign tourists visiting the country. Mutua reiterated that the new site will be a center where locals display their artifacts, traditional music, and their culture. The tourism sector will also identify 15 will be used as a model sites for the tourists to stay when they tour the county.
The reality is this, that this is the most beautiful country in the world. In actual fact, some people have said that if there was ever a Garden of Eden, it would be here. Others have said that you don't have to wait to go to heaven, that this is in the paradise. Kwa hivyo ndio mimi nimekuja hapa kuambia Mheshimiwa Governor ya kwamba Narok is bigger than just Masai Mara. Masai Mara is iconic, but it's bigger than just Masai Mara. Tunataka pesa iende kila mahali Narok, iacho kwa mifuko ya vijana ambao wana kazi, akina mama ambao wanataka pesa, akina baba ambao wanataka kulipa school fees, pesa iacho hapa. Na itaachwa hapa ikiwa mtalii atakuja hapa azunguke na pia akae siku nyingi, sio siku 2-3 halafu aende.
So Dr. Mutua has been really, the ministry has been working with me and also other governors, and we are looking forward to really developing other areas other than just Narok. We are looking at the entire country. Kenya is a beautiful country, but we don't think we have really marketed enough. People come here, they go to Masai Mara, they go to Mombasa, but we think we have more to really market than just the traditional attraction. So
now, Most pregnant women in the slums of Nairobi, ultrasound services are an affordable luxury. Now, a Kenyan healthcare business is using portable low-cost.
Sophia Amida is looking at her fetus for the first time at this clinic in Kenya's Mukuru kwa Ruben slum. Amida is due in a few weeks. She says getting an ultrasound is critical for her because her first baby was delivered by cesarean section.
They could not tell how the baby was positioned. At the time of my delivery, the baby was still way up and was not moving down at all, so I had to go for surgery.
For most women in Kenyan slums, often called informal settlements, this type of medical technology is out of reach. One session can cost as much as $60. But with a relatively new ultrasound device called a butterfly probe, patients like Amida can get an ultrasound for just $10. The device is designed by the US-based health tech company Butterfly Network. The probe can connect to a tablet or a mobile phone, making it portable and easy to use for sonographers like Alfred Kibet.
It enables you to reduce the cost of doing ultrasound, because you see with the other traditional machines, ultrasound machines, they are quite expensive, and again the other components involved, like you need a printer, a special printer, and so. But with this, you can just store the images, and then you can print with a regular printer.
Healthcare companies like Access Afya are partnering to provide the devices to clinics, especially in densely populated areas. The goal is to close the gap of affordable healthcare, says Access Afya's finance director, Danny McCabe.
They don't need to be focused on how do I get a payback immediately on this machine, and be focused on, hey, how do I make the highest price possible for these machines? You can be focused on providing the best level of care and then working with us to make sure there's enough foot traffic here to make sure that at the end of the day, everyone's able to make their money back on the machine.
Kenya has among the world's highest rates of maternal deaths according to UN figures. Nurse midwife Millie Karina says ultrasounds can help to detect and avert most difficulties at birth, like when a woman is carrying twins.
Sometimes I've found that we're in labor with a mom, but we didn't know there were two. We thought it was one, but there are two. So that can complicate things a little bit for the mom, not knowing. Number two, mothers have lost pregnancies because the placenta was insufficient. And something that could have been picked up really early, but unfortunately, it happens.
Kenyan healthcare providers believe that lower costs of medical technologies like ultrasound will help to lower infant and maternal death. Victoria Amunga, VOA News, Nairobi.
Now, Nigeria's swimmer Samuel Akinroduye has tried to raise awareness of mental health issues in Africa's most populous nation, swimming nearly 12 kilometers, the length of the longest bridge in Lagos, where many people have jumped to their deaths. Alice Rizzo has the details.
Nigerian swimmer Akinroduye Samuel has swum nearly 12 kilometers to raise awareness of mental health issues in his country after a friend of his nearly took his own life due to depression.
We are doing this too so that people don't just think that suicide is the next line of option for them. They shouldn't think that it's the next line of option for them. Your life can actually change within a blink of an eye, so just make sure you stay alive to witness it. So no one should commit suicide again. Don't think of coming to the Third Milan Bridge to jump in anymore.
The swimming coach swam the length of the longest bridge in Lagos, where many people have jumped to their death.
This Third Milan Bridge has been has been known for a lot of suicide cases in the back then, where people would just come at the end of the day once they think that they're done with life. All they just do is come up here and just jump into the water, and this is just a campaign against that.
The 2021 UNICEF report showed 1 in 6 Nigerians aged between 15 and 24 were depressed, anxious, or had other mental health issues. Medical professionals say the stigma associated with mental health in Nigeria's culturally conservative society makes it difficult for people to open up.
Now, 2 female entrepreneurs in Mozambique have started businesses that help fight climate change and reduce pollution. Amaryllis Gule has this story from Capital Maputo, narrated by Michelle Joseph.
Vanya Lazaro likes to add a new plant to her garden whenever possible. Over the past 6 months, she has been testing a new fertilizer on her flower and vegetable beds at her home in Maputo, Mozambique. She says that thanks to the product called Ntoko Organic, her plants are healthier.
We incorporate Ntoko organic compounds into our garden as they are biodegradable and free of chemicals. This ensures that we consume healthier food.
After a few unsuccessful projects, Mozambican entrepreneur Marcia Dimajone founded Ntoko Organic. She says it was during a business competition that she realized that she could produce fertilizer from organic waste such as dried leaves, vegetables, and fruit. Ntoko Organic collects its fertilizer-making ingredients from the community itself.
We distribute buckets to people's homes, accompanied by labels indicating the types of materials they can deposit into these buckets. This approach ensures the quality of our raw materials.
Dimajone isn't the only woman operating a green business in Mozambique. Nearly 5 years ago, Karina Jamal founded Cocoa Boxes, a startup that supplies biodegradable and environmentally friendly packaging and paper bags. Jamal says she wanted to create a solid business while inspiring other women.
I always wanted to leave a footprint in the world that would serve as an incentive not only for women, but for my daughter. In the future, she'll be able to say that I fought hard, not only to be a successful entrepreneur, but also to do something beautiful for the environment.
Jamal and Dimajone are helping reduce environmental pollution and build a sustainable future for all Mozambicans. They both encourage women to take a chance on something they believe in.
A lot of people are scared, but I think that living in your comfort zone isn't the best thing in the world either.
We train young women in our Green Woman project. We want them to create their own green businesses. Then they can be agents of change in their localities and have greater financial autonomy.
According to the World Bank, only about 25% of all businesses in Mozambique are run by women, a percentage these women say needs to grow. For Amaryllis Gule in Maputo, Mozambique, is Michelle Joseph, VOA News.
Let's take yet another short break here on KUTV Primetime News. Remember, up next, sports news.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Let's get sporty. Now, Chelsea's sensational forward Cole Palmer scored a hat-trick to seal a 4-3 victory in the stoppage time against Manchester United in the English Premier League clash at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea opened the score sheet courtesy of Conor Gallagher goal before Palmer bagged a hat-trick for the Blues. Alejandro Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes were on target for the Reds Devils. The win takes Mauricio Pochettino's men 10th in the English Premier League table standings, with 5 points behind 6th place Manchester United. Right, that was a match and a half. So that's all we had for you this particular evening. Many thanks for all who made this production a success, for the men and women behind the scene. My name is Auma Evans, and remember to keep it locked. KUTV. See you next time, same place, same time, by the grace of God. Bye bye for now, and do have a lovely night.